This past weekend, the Avila brothers were DJing at the Super Bowl for pre-parties as well as on stage with Usher for the halftime show, and it seems like they leaked a new Rane controller. This thing looks to be a 4-channel controller in the vein of the Rane 4, but with one huge difference, and that's the fact that it has motorized platters. Now, if this is anything like the Rane 4 before it, this solves the one problem that a lot of DJs out there had with the Rane 1, their first controller with motorized platters, and that's the fact that now this one should include hardware effects. Now, the Rane 1, of course, did not have hardware effects, and you had to use the Serato effects that were in the software. And although I think they're pretty good effects, nothing really beats hardware effects, especially if you're plugging in extra external sources such as extra turntables or CDJs. Being able to use the effects with those without having to have a computer hooked up is a big deal. And I'm really glad to see that Rane really listened to their consumers and gave us a controller with 4 channels, motorized platters, and built-in hardware effects. Now, one thing that I will say was kind of surprising to me is the fact that it looks like Rane has redone their entire motorized platter system. In the past, with the Rane 1 and those Rane 12s behind me, you had a more traditional turntable style layout, pretty much looked like vinyl with looked like a 45 adapter to kind of lock in the control vinyl. But this new controller seems to take some inspiration from the Pioneer DJ Rev 7, and you have a full-fledged color display in the center of the platters. Now, of course, people are wondering, what is this new controller called? And initially, it looks like this controller is going to be called the Rane Performer. Yes, 4 channels, Performer, you know, kind of a pun. But overall, it looks really great. The full metal construction of Rane gear always assures me that it's going to last a long time. I've had my 72 and my 12 Mark IIs for a while, and they've never let me down. And I'm sure this one is going to be no different. My one concern with this controller is how much is this thing going to cost? If Rane wants to be competitive with the Pioneer DJ Rev 7, they're going to need to stay around that $2,000 price point, if not a little cheaper, just to have people kind of lean more towards that way rather than getting the Pioneer DJ setup. In Music in the past has done a really good job of pricing their items a little bit cheaper than Pioneer DJ to be a little bit more competitive, since Pioneer is the standard for most DJs out there. I would love to see this thing come in at $1,800 to $2,200, somewhere in that range. Really under $2,000, I think, is gonna be the sweet spot for this controller. If it's anything like the Rane 4 and has especially the kind of stems features that the Rane 4 had, being able to split a song between the channels and having a full section for your stems controls outside of the regular pad mode would be great. Those dedicated stems controls, in addition to that motorized platter, I think really separates this from other controllers on the market. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about was how this controller got quote unquote leaked. Yeah, it was shown in a story with the Avila brothers before the Super Bowl, but in the story that was posted after the Super Bowl halftime show, the Avila brothers actually tagged Rane DJ in the post, meaning they probably got permission to do it from Rane, if not were instructed to leak it by Rane. And this isn't something new for In Music. They did something very similar with the LC6000s by Denon, the controller that latches onto a SC6000 and gives you 2 decks. That controller was leaked multiple times by multiple DJs and just kind of got the buzz going. Same kind of thing is happening with this new Rane Performer. There's a ton of buzz around this, especially since this is an item that a lot of DJs have been waiting for and have been asking for. And it's a really cool way to see, you know, DJ hardware companies taking a more viral guerrilla marketing kind of style of introducing these new pieces of gear rather than just the normal press releases and YouTube videos that we usually get. Seeing these things out in the wild and seeing other DJs using them, I think has a bigger impact, and especially before the item has been announced, and that mystery and having people talk about it has such a huge impact on the buzz around these products and how it's going to be received. And I think it's a really good play for Rane. They really didn't make that much noise last year, and now at the beginning of the year, everyone's talking about them. So that's it for me today, guys. What do you guys think about this new Rane Performer controller? Are you guys interested? Is it on your radar at all? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you're interested in more DJ related content, go ahead and click on one of the videos right here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.